Hello everyone. Today, we don't just have a chess game on your screens. We have a history lesson. In 2005, Garry Kasparov retired at the very peak of his career, saying, "I'm done." But exactly 12 years later, in 2017, he returned to the board in St. Louis. So what was the deal with this tournament? This was the St. Louis Rapid and Blitz. The total prize pool was a massive $150,000. Fabiano Caruana, whom WE are watching IN this match, finished the tournament IN 2ND place and took home roughly *25,000, a serious amount of money back then. The winner of the tournament was Levon Aronian, who pocketed $37,500. But what about Kasparov? Kasparov actually didn't play for the money in this tournament. He announced that he would donate all his winnings, around $7,500 to $10,000, to his foundation dedicated to developing chess in Africa. So he wasn't sitting at that table for the cash, he was there for his honor. To say, "I am still here." Opposite him sits the calculator of modern chess, the world number 2, Fabiano Caruana. The old school versus the new generation. If you're ready, let's dive into this psychological war. Caruana is with the white pieces, Kasparov with the black. Caruana knows he is facing an opening monster in Kasparov. That's why, instead of diving into deep theory, he steers the game into a more closed, maneuvering style. Look, the center pawns don't clash immediately. Caruana waits like a matador, waiting for Kasparov to charge. While white tries to gain space on the king side, the right side, Kasparov comes from the queen side, the left side. Kasparov's plan here is crystal clear. You will attack me, but I will absorb your attack and suffocate you in your own territory. Especially by placing his bishops on the long diagonals, Kasparov shows he is scanning the board like a laser. Blood hasn't been spilled yet, but there is the silence before the storm. Here we come to the moments that changed the destiny of the game. Kasparov plants his knight right in the heart of the board. In chess, we call this an Octopus Knight. This knight is so powerful that it disrupts all of Caruana's plans. Caruana makes a very aggressive decision here and pushes his pawns on the king side. His goal is to tear apart Kasparov's king, but there is something he forgot. The man sitting opposite him is the greatest defensive and counterattacking player in chess history. Kasparov meets this early attack by calmly pulling his pieces back for defense. The more Caruana attacks, the more he actually weakens the surroundings of his own king. And Kasparov senses this weakness like a shark. The queens are off the board. Usually, when queens are gone, we say the game heads towards a draw, right? But for Kasparov, the game is just beginning. Look at how Kasparov's rook infiltrates the opponent's backyard, the second rank. Caruana's pawns start to fall. Caruana is in time trouble, his hands are shaking, he doesn't know what to do, because Kasparov is coordinating his pieces in such a way that Caruana's king cannot breathe. Especially towards the end of the game, Kasparov's knight and rook trap Caruana's king in a cage. The king is dragged all the way to the center of the board. For a king to walk in the middle of the battlefield without pawn protection is suicide, and Kasparov pulls the trigger. When this game ended, the chess world was in shock. So what did the other legends say? Hikaru Nakamura. Throughout the tournament, he said Kasparov was too slow, but for this game, he admitted something like, "Garry's tactical vision is still poisonous. He delivered that deadly touch from the old days." Levon Aronian, the tournament winner. He praised Kasparov's fighting spirit. He said playing against him is always scary. His aura at the table hasn't changed even after years. Magnus Carlsen. He was watching from the sidelines, and cameras caught the shock on his face at some of Kasparov's moves. He was impressed that his old mentor still possessed that level of finishing power. As for Kasparov, although he hated his overall performance in the tournament, he said about this match, "At least I proved that I still know how to play chess." In conclusion, friends, Caruana was the world number 2 at the peak of his form, but on that day he wasn't facing a retired player, he was facing a chess god. Kasparov took Caruana down in his own house, with his own weapon. The lesson we take from this analysis is this: the most important thing in chess is not eating the pieces, but eating the opponent's psychology and plans. Kasparov showed he could still do this even at 54 years old. If you liked the video, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next legendary match.